Hello and welcome. Good afternoon. You're watching Market Fatapat on ET Now with me, Snehi Shah, and with me as always is Ankita Saxena. This is a show where we'll be taking you through all the big buzzers in today's trade, tell you why they have been a buzz, what's making the news, and also give you a technical check on some of these stocks that our technical experts would have picked out for us today. We'll be joining with them shortly. But before we do that, let's take a look at what the markets are up to. It seems to be a decent recovery coming in from the day's lowest point. We're above the 23,700 mark for now, roughly 0.6% higher on Nifty.
Absolutely, Sneha. We are above 23,750 levels because we have been, trading within a range of 23,630 to 23,750. So it's fairly range bound, but decent recovery coming in from the day's lowest point. We are up almost 83 odd points on the Nifty from the day's lows. Nifty Bank is posting greater recovery. It is up almost 1%, 469 points up. It has recovered 368 points from the day's lows. The Nifty Bank is, of course, outperforming. What's outperforming is also the broader markets, where the outperformance is coming. Mid cap, small cap, both trading with gains of 1%. India VIX also has cooled off today. It had scaled more than 11% yesterday, but today it is down 6%. So India VIX has also cooled off. Sectorally, all the sectoral indices, barring Nifty IT, are trading in the green. The PSU banks are showing some good recovery from yesterday. In fact, we had the operational updates which are pretty lukewarm. But look at the counters. The Bank of Baroda, that's up 2%. PNB, Canara Bank, they're all trading with gains of 2%. So good recovery coming in the PSU banking space. Energy and metal packs are leading from the front. ONGC, in fact, is up 4%, and it is on the back of the CLSA upgrade that's come in. Metals and energy packs both doing pretty well for themselves. In fact, Hindalco, Hindustan Copper, Wellcop, Adani Enterprises, they're all trading with gains of almost 2% in trade. So that's how largely the market is shaping up. In fact, the market breadth also looks very positive. We're tilted in the favor of advances. So a good day of recovery coming in for the markets for now.
Absolutely, looking good as of now. We're around the 750 mark, 23,750 mark, that is on the Nifty. Let's see where the markets take us by the end of the trading day. 2 more hours of trade left. But on that note, let's welcome on board our technical expert for the first segment, and that is Osho Krishan of Angel One joining us. And from our in-house research team, we have Ansh also joining us. Good afternoon to you, gentlemen, and Osho, welcome to the show. Let's come to you for your first stock that you've taken on the technicals, and that's JK Cement. Now, cement is a pack that's in focus today on the back of the Nomura channel check coming in, but you've also picked out one stock from this space. JK Cement on the charts last 6 months, it's a roughly 14-15% return coming in, but the stock is holding up decently in today's trade. What's your outlook on the charts when it comes to this one, and are you positive, are you bullish on this stock on the charts?
Overall, there has been a very positive development that can be seen in this counter from the last few weeks. There has been a very strong movement that has been seen in this counter. And with today's movement, the counter has seen a very strong breakout around the zone of 4750 odd levels. So I'm expecting the current momentum should continue in this counter towards the zone of 4950 to 5000 on immediate basis. But overall, the structure on a broader time frame is very much bullish in this space, and I'm expecting that from a medium to long term perspective, we can even see higher targets in JK Cement. But for short term traders, 5,000 would be the zone where one can definitely try to book their profits in the short term period. But from a medium term perspective, we can see a very strong movement in JK Cement specific.
Alright, that's JK Cement on the charts, but let's move on to the other cement counters that are in focus today on the back of the channel check coming in from Nomura dealer channel check. Let's see what it has to say. And the markets, they feel, have shown signs of price recovery. And Pan India, the average trade price has increased by 2 rupees per bag in January so far, and 343 per bag, 343 per bag. The central region has witnessed a 1% drop in prices. The market has been able to absorb the price hikes taken in December 2024 of 5 rupees per bag, but the uncertainty over the demand growth in January 2025, that still persists. Dealers in all regions except in the south, companies that are likely to hike the price further in January 2025. Average trade price in the quarter 3 of FY25 ended just rupees 1 rupee per bag higher on a quarter-on-quarter basis, at 337 rupees per bag. But northern and western regions best placed with the hikes of 8 rupees per bag and 6 rupees per bag respectively. Now, southern and eastern regions suffered the most with the price declines. They prefer the preferred picks are Ultratech, Shree Cement, Ambuja, and Ramco. Those are the preferred bets. Ultratech Cement is up 0.5%. Ambuja Cement is trading with gains of more than 1%, as that is the preferred pick for Nomura. So the entire cement pack is in focus on the back of that.
Okay, so cementing strong gains, you could say, for the cement pack, holding up pretty well on the back of that Nomura note coming in. Osho, coming back to you once again, you've picked out Aegis Logistics for us on the charts. Now, last 6 months, the stock has been slightly under pressure, but just today, the stock is up 6.5%. Time for a turnaround story on this stock on the charts. Is that what you're penciling in? What are the levels that you're spotting?
See, as you have spotted that in the last few months, there has been some kind of a strong consolidation in this counter, but the positive development is the counter has been hovering at a higher level, near to the lifetime high zone. And in the last 2 trading sessions, there has been significant increase in the trading volume, and it is on the verge of giving a fresh breakout. So looking at the overall setup that it has made in the recent period, I am expecting a very strong breakthrough near the zone of 900, 910 odd levels, and from here onwards, looking at the broader time frame and technical structure that it has made, approximately 120 points of upside movement can be seen on immediate basis in this counter. So 1040 will be the target that one can expect in the short term perspective, while on the lower end the support is very nearby. Approximately 820, 800 zone is the very strong support for this counter. So those who have already position in this counter, it will be advisable to stay intact with the investments, and even for short-term traders, one can definitely try to gauge momentum for targets of nearly 1000 to 1040 in the short-term period.
Okay, so that's the outlook on Aegis Logistics. Let's highlight a stock that's doing very well in trade and inching gains just as much as Aegis Logistics is Edelweiss Financial Services, also up 6.5% in trade right now. And this is on the back of the activity that the company has recently done. Just a couple of hours ago, the company has announced the public issue of secured redeemable non-convertible debentures, which is your NCDs with a face value of 1,000 rupees each. The issue size is up to 100 crore rupees with a green shoe option of an additional 100 crore, making the total issue size of the debt that they are going to be raising to 200 crore rupees. The NCDs will have a tenure of 24, 36, 60 or 120 months with fixed coupon rates, and the effective annual interest yield ranges from 9.5% to 11%. The issue opens on 7 January, which is today, and closes on the 20th of this month. And the news flow that has got the stock so excited right now on the street is the company has commented that at least 75% of the funds raised will be used to repay or prepay the company's existing borrowings, and the remaining funds, that's up to 25%, will be used for general corporate purposes. So on the back of the new debt that they're raising to prepay or repay the existing debt, the stock is doing pretty well in trade, up almost 6.5% as we speak.
Alright, moving on to another stock that is doing pretty well for itself on the back of an upgrade is Biocon. Anj, coming to you, Jefferies has upgraded Biocon. Tell us, what does the note for Biocon say?
So they have upgraded the rating from underperform to hold with a target price of 400. Currently, the stock is trading around that 385 level, so more 6 to 7% is what they are expecting on upside now. They have also said that there is a recent positive news flow around the clearance of this Bangalore biologics plant by the US FDA. Also, growth visibility for the biologics business has increased, which is a positive sign. Also, if we see in future market, then we are seeing that open interest of the stock has gone up by around 10%, indicating very good long build up. Also, if you see on chart, then stock seems to have given a breakout from that cup and handle chart pattern from around 380 level, hitting 3-month high level. So this is the reason why the stock is in focus today.
Okay, so that's the reason Biocon is in focus on the back of that Jefferies upgrade coming in, target price 400. Osho, you've picked out the same stock for us. Jefferies is spotting 400. What are the levels that you're spotting on Biocon? Because last couple of months or 6 months, 1 year, the stock has not done much. 1 year, roughly 30% return. Today, the stock is doing pretty smartly in today's trade, up 7%. What are the next levels that you are spotting for the stock on the upside?
See, overall, there has been a very strong traction from the 200-day simple moving average in this counter, and today we are witnessing a very strong breakthrough, which already Ansh has told that we are witnessing a kind of cup and handle pattern breakout on this counter. So on the short-term perspective, 400 is the immediate resistance for the counter. But the time it breaches the zone of 400, because 400 is the zone where we have seen multiple attempts to break through, but the counter has not given a very strong breakthrough above 400. But the time it surges beyond the zone of 400, then we can see a decisive runway for this counter for approximately 60 to 70 points on the higher end. So 460 to 480 will be the target that one can expect in this counter from a medium-term time frame, while on the short-term perspective, 400, 410 is the immediate resistance zone. So it is advisable to hold this counter till the zone of 410, and then again we need to review from a medium-term point of view.
All right, moving on then. It's time for us to slip into a short break. But
Hi there, welcome back to Market Fadafat. Thanks so much for staying tuned to ET. Now let's keep it going with all the big buzzers in today's trade. And on that note, let's talk about a stock that's doing pretty well, up 4.5% right now, and that's Ashoka Buildcon. The construction engineering company yesterday after market hours announced that its wholly owned subsidiary, which is Ashoka Bhuwai Guskara Road Private Limited, has executed a concession agreement with the NHAI, which is the National Highways Authority of India, for the development of a 4-lane economic corridor in West Bengal. The project, which involves the construction of the Bhuwai to Guskara Katwa Road section on the National Highway 116, is valued at 1,391 crore rupees and will be executed under the hybrid annuity mode. So big order win coming in, roughly 1,400 crore rupee order win coming in for Ashoka Buildcon, and stock is up 4.5% as we speak.
all right, moving on from that high flyer in trade today to Century Plyboards. Osho, tell us, you picked out Century Plyboards for us. This counter has given a decent returns in the last 6 months, 15% return. From here on, do you really see this moving up now?
Overall, this counter has seen a decent consolidation around the cluster of moving average, but in the last 2 trading weeks, there has been very strong movement in this counter from 200 day simple moving average, and now on the daily time frame, it is on the verge of giving a double bottom breakout. So I'm expecting that on the higher end, there can be an immense potential for this counter to test the zone of nearly 950 from the kind of a setup that it has made on the daily time frame chart. But to be on the conservative side, 900, 920 would be seen as the first immediate hurdle while on the higher run, while on the lower side, 780 to 800 zone is a very strong support for this counter. So I'm expecting that in the short term period, there can be a decent movement that can be seen in Century Plyboards. Immediately 900 to 920 will be the immediate target, followed by 960 that can be seen in short to medium term time frame.
All right, that's Century Plyboard on the charts. But moving on to Zydus Life Sciences. In fact, the stock was up more than 5% in today's trading session, and the buying in the stock sparked after the company inked an agreement with CVS Caremark. CVS Caremark will add Zydus Z2-VOTM and combination products to its complete formulatory starting 1st of January 2025. Now, the Z2-VO range of products contains active ingredients of sitagliptin and a peptidase 4 PP4 inhibitor and an HCI, a biligride which is indicated as an adjunct to diet and exercise to improve glycemic control in adults with type 2 diabetes mellitus. And on the back of this, Zydus is in focus today. In fact, it has given up those morning gains, but nonetheless, it's still trading with gains of 3.8%.
Okay, Zydus holding up well in today's trade. Osho, coming to you, you picked out granules on the charts for us. The stock is up 1.5% today. Last 6 months has given a roughly 19-20% return, and last 1 year also the stock has done very well, a 54% return coming in. Do you believe this momentum that the stock has seen, the positive up move, do you think that could continue going ahead, or time for some consolidation now?
See, overall, this counter has been already into a very strong consolidation from the month of September till now. There has been a very strong consolidation that can be seen in this counter, and which can be seen as a time-wise corrective phase after the rally that we have seen from the zone of 400 towards 720 odd levels. But these kind of consolidation provides a very strong support or a very strong consolidation base for the counter for a longer term perspective. So I'm expecting that after formation of such a strong support base around the zone of 580 to 600, the stock is ready for a high rise towards the zone of 700, 720 on immediate basis, and the time it surpasses the zone of 720 on a decisive manner, we can see continuation of another bullish rally in this counter. So I'm expecting that on the short-term perspective, 600 should be acting as a very strong support, and 680 to 700 can be seen as the immediate target. And the time it breaches the zone of 700, then we can see another 80 point of rally in the coming period.
All right, moving on then. In a very special feature of Leaders of Tomorrow Season 12, we delve into the ever-evolving fitness industry. And in this episode, Ritvika Gupta, who's the anchor and news editor, Times Network, chats with fitness expert and co-founder of the Pilates studio, Namrata Purohit. During the conversation, she shares her take on the mindful fitness evolution of Pilates in India, entrepreneurial journey and growth plans for Pilates studio. She also spills the beans on fitness journey of celebrities and much more. Let's go across and listen in.
Our show is watched by a lot of startup founders, entrepreneurs, MSME owners. Now they lead a very stressful and, if I may say, desk-bound, lifestyle, right? So if you were to share certain fitness tips or strategies, for them to really make the best of their environment, the environment they are in, what would you suggest?
As cliche as it may sound, the first and most important thing is breathe, right? It's the very first and very last act of life. And so the most important thing, and I personally have experienced it, is learning how to breathe right and learning how to focus on your breath. So I would say that is the first thing towards being a little more relaxed in your day-to-day life. And the second you can take that into all aspects of your life, you can do much better. And then of course, exercise, because that does relieve positive endorphins that help you feel good. And I think the most important thing is to take out time for yourself, because I realized, because I started young, initially I would be all about work, that I stopped enjoying what I was doing. There was a point where I was just like, this is getting too much. And the second I started allocating that little time for myself, everything became so much easier.
This exclusive conversation tonight at 7:30 p.m. only on ET Now. But on that note, time for a quick break on this edition of Market Fatafat, and we'll be right back on the other side with more stocks that are buzzing and making the news in today's trade.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.